The stray kitten from my Instagram post found my mother's cancer. I never intended to adopt the soaking wet kitten crying outside my apartment during a thunderstorm. My lease had a strict no pets policy with a $2,000 fine. But when I opened my door and she bolted inside, shivering violently, I couldn't turn her away. I posted her photo on Instagram asking if anyone recognized this tiny calico with unusual golden eyes. No one claimed her, but my followers fell in love. A breathe those eyes became the top comment. I named her Storm and created a temporary house guest highlight reel while searching for her owner. My mother called after seeing my stories. Since when do you have a cat? You are allergic. I'd been managing with antihistamines, but she was right. Minus my eyes were constantly red in the Storm updates. Mom insisted on meeting my little roommate and drove 2 hours to visit us. Storm normally greeted everyone with purrs and leg rubs, but when Mom arrived, her behavior completely changed. She fixated on Mom's chest, pawing insistently at the same spot, mewing frantically. Mom laughed it off, but Storm wouldn't stop, minus even jumping onto her lap to press her nose against the right side of Mom's chest. She's never done this before, I said, embarrassed by Storm's bizarre behavior. But that night, Storm refused to leave Mom's side, sleeping directly on that same spot. The next morning, Mom casually mentioned she'd been having a little pain in that exact area but hadn't told anyone. Probably nothing, she said, but Storm's behavior worried me. I convinced Mom to see her doctor just to humor me. 3 days later, she called, voice shaking. They found a small mass, minus stage 1 breast cancer, almost exactly where Storm had been pawing. Because it was cut so early, her prognosis was excellent. During Mom's treatment, I brought Storm for weekend visits. The oncology nurses were amazed as they watched Storm gently lay on Mom's chest, purring loudly but now on both sides evenly. Your cat thinks she's a therapy animal, one nurse commented after Mom finished treatment. Her oncologist actually asked if he could include Storm's story in a research paper about animal cancer detection. Fortunately, the compounds released by cancer cells can have distinct scents that some animals can detect. Yesterday marked Mom's 1-year cancer-free anniversary. My landlord eventually discovered Storm and surprised me by changing the building's pet policy instead of charging the fine. After what that cat did, I'd be crazy to separate you, he said. Mom now wears a tiny calico cat charm on her necklace directly over the spot where Storm first alerted us. Sometimes angels come with fur and whiskers, she tells everyone who asks about it. And me, my temporary house guest, now has her own Instagram account with 50,000 followers. We donate all sponsorship money to animal rescue organizations and cancer research foundations. Sometimes the smallest things can save us in the biggest ways.